Hi, Scrappy friends. Welcome back to my channel. We're taking a pause today from our 12 days of Christmas to jump in here and do an episode of Try It Tuesday. So welcome to Try It Tuesday. On Try It Tuesdays, I go out into the Creative Memories world and I find different layouts, cards, borders that inspire me, and then I bring it back here to YouTube and recreate it so that hopefully I'll inspire you to give it a try. So today we're going to make a layout using the beautiful Polar Lights paper collection, and here is the layout right here. I found this on the Creative Memories blog. I love the border off to the right hand side. It's different. Those triangles are different. It's not something that we always do. And that will be the most difficult part of this layout. But once we get that, the rest of the layout's going to come together very quickly. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Like I said, we're using this beautiful Polar Lights paper collection. There's 4 different papers on this layout. Okay, we have this dotted triangle paper, the blue snowflake paper, the scattered snow paper, and then this one that they're calling Northern Lights. Okay, and I will be working on a white piece of cardstock for my background today. Okay, first thing is we have our background here. I'll bring in my trimmer, and then we're going to start with the blue dotted triangle paper, and for this one we need an 8-inch cut, and this will go on the left hand side. This big open area over here off to the right hand side is where we're going to cut triangles, so let me scoot that aside. And for that, we'll need to bring in the remaining 3 pieces of paper, and to each one, we're going to cut a 3 1/4 inch by 12 inch piece of paper. So let's take a look how we're going to cut triangles from each of our strips of paper. So for this, I'll bring in my gray cutting mat and align my paper against the edge so that I can read the lines off to the left. The first mark I want to make is at the 2 3/4 inch line. I want to just put a little pencil mark right there. And then I want to look for the 1 3/8, which is this little line right before the 1/2 inch mark. But what I want to do with that one is I want to bring it right across to the other side. And since there's no line there, I just want to bring in my T-square ruler to make sure it's nice and straight and put a marking right there. Okay, so I have one at the 2 3/4, another mark on the opposite side of the paper at the 1 3/8. Then what I want to do is just connect those lines. So again, I'll put my ruler there, connect those lines, and then turn it and take this one from this point to the corner. And there we go. That's our triangle. Now we're going to cut this one out, and then we're going to use this one as a template for the other pieces. Okay? And what we're going to need is we're going to need 3 triangles from the blue snowflake paper, 3 from the scattered snow, and 2 from the Northern Lights. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to line them up, and I'm just going to cut around it. Now you can trace it on first if you want, but I'm just going to go for it and cut it out. Okay. One more from this, and then I'll get going on the other 2 pieces. Okay, so now that we have our triangles all cut out, we'll go ahead and get them laid out onto the border over here on the right hand side. So for the top and the bottom, we're going to be cutting them in half, and I'm going to go ahead and put this one toward the bottom because that has the pencil mark on it, then I won't have to worry about it. So this one will go at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and place these first. So I'm going to take another one of these. I want a little bit of an edge here and here. And if we look around our sketch, we're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch margin all the way around. We'll trim this at the bottom. So that's going to put this right up there, 4 1/4. So we'll start this one at the 4 1/2 inch, and then we'll also have a border off to the side. So we're going to do snowflakes. We'll take one of the Northern Lights and we'll put it again, leaving about 1/4 inch between. And now the scattered snow will go right in like that. And then followed by a snowflake, but I see this one has a little bit of a pencil mark, so we'll just erase that right off. And it'll go like this. And then another Northern Lights will go like that. And scattered snow will go like that. I will trim this one, and this one will go up here at the top. So let's bring some of this down. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little bit more trimming. So I think I will take 1/2 inch off of this paper. Okay, so it'll go like this. And then for this one, I'm going to bring in my personal trimmer. I'm going to cut this right in half. And it will go at the straight at the top like that, and then we'll bring in the snowflake paper, the Northern Lights paper, just arranging all of these to be a little bit more straight. And this bottom paper, this bottom triangle, also needs to be cut right in half. It'll come down right over here. I have lots of room in between to move all of these around, so it just takes a little bit of fussing to get it just how you like it. So don't feel like you should rush this part. Make sure that you get them all nice and lined up. The only ones I really want to make sure are nice and in place before I do the center ones is the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for one moment. I'll get all this adhered down and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. That didn't take that long. I did bring in my T-square to make sure I was lining up the edges of all the sides nicely, and then I turned it around and made sure to line these two up correctly too. So I like it. I like how it came out. It wasn't that difficult. Once you cut your first triangle, use that as your template for the other ones, then it looks a lot more challenging in the photo than it does than it really is. Okay, we have a few more mats to cut for this layout. For the scattered snow piece, I have a piece of scrap here, so I'm going to start with that instead of cutting into my bigger piece of paper here. Okay, so what we need to do here is we need to get a 4 1/2 inch by 6 1/2 inch rectangle from both the scattered snow and the Northern Lights. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this one. We'll make this one the 6, and this one will be 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And that one will go right down here. And then we'll do the same thing for the Northern Lights. So for this one, I'm going to turn it this way, and this will be the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. and then that one's gonna go right up here. Okay, let me put this aside. Let's scoot this back in so we can see it front and center. So this blue scattered snow will come down right about here. And then I would put 2 photos on there, and I do not have photos printed for this yet. So, but what I will be doing is I'll be putting 2 vertical photos that are 3.5 by 5 inches. And they will go just like this, and you can put them side by side, or you can tilt them, overlap them. I probably will just go straight like that. And then I will crop a photo, a 6 by 4 photo down to a 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, so that I have a little bit more background showing there. Or you can trim your mat bigger and keep your photo bigger. It's really up to you. I wanted to make sure my blue triangle paper was showing through, so that's the photo size they recommended on the blog. So I'm gonna keep it the same. There you go. That's how you can lay it out. Now let's talk about embellishing and our title and journaling. So where would those go? Let's go ahead and bring in our cards and our circles. And what they have on the inspiration was they put journaling right down here. So I probably would scoot these up even a little bit more. They have the journaling written right onto the blue paper, or you could put it on a journaling little spot like I have here. And then the title was right up here in the corner and overlapped onto the photo. So you can slide your photo a little more this way and put your title right there. So as far as embellishing, I'm not going to go through with embellishing this the way they have it, because they used a lot of ski photos, and I do not have ski photos for this layout. I'm going to just do some general snow photos, so I don't want to put ski photos here. It won't really represent the photos that I have. So I'm not going to embellish the way that they have it here, but I'll show you where they put the embellishing. Okay, so they put the biggest embellishment cluster goes right up here along with the title. Then what they have down here by the journaling is they put a border strip here. I like that idea. You can bring in any border strip that you like, and so that would just be a very simple way to embellish right here, but that would go along with your journaling, a border strip, a laser cut border, or any kind of embellishing you want, a little shelf right here. And then what they have is they have 3 areas over here on the big border that we created. They put 3 different stickers. There you go. It's very easy. You just decide which stickers you want. And I would do 3 of the same theme like they did. They used skiing, and I would just do 3 skiing or 3 snow related. Okay, so that was a much easier layout than I had thought when I first looked at the inspiration. I hope that you enjoyed the walkthrough on how to create this, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and I thank you for doing that. And I hope that I did inspire you to give this layout a try. It's something different. I don't have a lot of triangles in my album, so I'm very excited to get my photos for this and finish it off. Okay, and if you want to see how I finish this off, then hop on over to my Facebook page in a couple days and I'll have it posted there. The link for that will be down in the description below. So until next time, everybody, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.